Spell chanting has origins in ancient religious, spiritual, and magical traditions across multiple cultures. The practice of chanting spells, incantations, or mantras can be traced back thousands of years to early civilizations, where spoken words were believed to hold power in invoking deities, spirits, or supernatural forces. Some of the earliest known origins include ancient Mesopotamia, Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. These civilizations used ritualistic incantations and prayers in their religious and magical practices, often invoking gods for protection, healing, and power. Ancient Egypt. Egyptian priests and magicians performed ritualistic chanting of spells for protection, the afterlife, and invoking divine powers, as seen in the Book of the Dead. Vedic India. The Vedas, sacred Hindu scriptures, contain hymns and chants that were used in rituals and ceremonies. Vedic chanting, a precise oral tradition, played a key role in invoking divine blessings. Ancient Greece and Rome. Oracles, priests, and philosophers used incantation in religious and magical rites. The Greek Magical Papyri contains numerous spells that were chanted to invoke spirits and deities. One of the most well-known sources of ancient magical spells, including those for wealth, prosperity, and health, is the Greek Magical Papyri, a collection of magical texts from Greco-Roman Egypt, circa 2nd century BCE to 5th century CE. Here is a reconstructed chant based on invocations found in the Greek Magical Papyri, particularly those addressing divine powers for prosperity and well-being. Chant this incantation at dawn, facing the rising sun, as Helios, the sun god, was often invoked for success and prosperity. Light a gold or yellow candle and hold a coin or symbol of wealth in your hand. Repeat the chant 7 times, visualizing golden light filling your body and surroundings. If possible, pour a small libation of honey or wine to honor the divine forces invoked. Let's begin. Io, Omega, mighty and eternal, Helios, radiant lord of fortune, Pluto's bringer of wealth, open your gates to me. As the Nile flows unceasingly, so too let abundance flow into my life. As the sun rises unchallenged, so too let my health and strength grow. O great demon, guardian of fate, shower me with gold, with plenty, with endless vitality. By the power of the undying Logos, Sue Io Io. Celtic and Druidic traditions. The Druids of ancient Europe were believed to use sacred chants and spells in their religious and mystical practices. The Druids were the priestly class of the ancient Celts, particularly in Gaul, Britain, and Ireland. They played a crucial role as religious leaders, healers, poets, and judges, and their practices involved deep connections with nature, the spirit world, and the divine. Chanting and oral tradition were central to their mystical and religious rites, as they did not write down their knowledge but pass it orally through generations. The role of chants and spells in the Druidic tradition. The Druids used sacred chants and spells in various contexts, including invocations to the gods and spirits, calling upon deities like Dagda, Brigid, or Lug for guidance, blessings, and protection. For healing rituals, using spoken words to invoke divine energies for curing illnesses. For battle magic, using war chants and curses to weaken enemies and empower warriors. For weather and nature magic, controlling elements such as rain or wind through sacred speech. For divination and prophecy, chanting to enter trance states for communication with the other world. Druidic chants and spells. The battle chant of Amergin, a Druid poet of the Milesians, is said to have recited a powerful incantation upon setting foot in Ireland, claiming sovereignty over the land. I am the wind that blows across the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am the murmur of the billows. I am the stag of 7 battles. I am the hawk upon the cliff. I am the beam of the sun. I am the fairest of plants. This poem is both a chant and a spell of power and identification with nature, asserting the Druid's ability to shape reality through sacred speech. Another Druidic healing invocation is the charm of blessing. Druids often performed healing rituals by invoking divine forces. An example reconstructed by Celtic traditions might be by the light of the sun and the touch of the moon, by the waters that flow and the fire that burns. Bridget of healing, grant thy requests. Let this body be whole once more. This type of healing spell would be spoken over herbs, water, or the patient, often with gestures or ritual movements. The Song of Taliesin, a Welsh bardic tradition. Taliesin is a legendary Welsh bard with mystical Druidic associations, recited a famous magical poem known as the Spoils of Anan. One passage suggests hidden knowledge in the power of transformation. I have been in many shapes. I have been a sword. I have been a tear in the air. I have been in battle. I have been the shield in the fight. I have been the string of a harp. Enchanter am I. This reflects the Druidic belief in shape-shifting, spiritual transformation, and deep mystical wisdom. The power of spoken word and Druidry. Druids believed that words had inherent power. Gash or fit fat, an Irish tradition, and breaking or keeping a spoken promise could affect one's fate. They also practiced Ogham, divination, where they chanted sacred meanings tied to symbols carved into wood or stone. Druidic Chant for prosperity. This chant is inspired by ancient Celtic and Druidic traditions, invoking nature's abundance, the power of sacred elements, and the blessings of deities associated with wealth and well-being. Here is the chant of the Greenwood Blessing. By oak and ash, by thorn and sea, let golden light now flow to me. By fire's warmth and river's song, let wealth and health to me belong. Almighty Dagda, Lord of feasts, your cauldron's gifts shall never cease. Bridget bright, with hands so fair, bring fortune's touch upon the air. From earth below and sky so wide, let blessings in my life abide. By sun and moon, by land and tide, prosper now, stand by my side. How to perform the chant. The timing is best done on a full moon or dawn, times traditionally linked to abundance and renewal. As for the sacred space, stand in nature if at all possible, or light a green candle to represent nature for growth and prosperity. The elemental offering. Pour a libation of honey, milk, or ale to honor the spirits of prosperity. Repetition. Chant 3 or 9 times, feeling the energy building with each recitation. Visualization. Imagine golden light surrounding you, filling your life with wealth, health, and abundance. Medieval and Renaissance Europe. With the rise of grimoires, book of magic, spell chanting became part of ceremonial magic traditions, including Kabbalistic, Hermetic, and alchemical practices. Shamanic traditions worldwide. The indigenous shamans in Africa, the Americas, and Asia used chanting to communicate with spirits, heal the sick, and perform rituals. The origins of spell chanting take us on a fascinating journey through ancient civilizations where words were more than mere sounds. They were keys to the mysteries of life, prosperity, and spiritual connection. From the mystical incantations of Mesopotamian priests to the vibrant chants of Celtic Druids, these traditions remind us of humanity's timeless belief in the power of intention and spoken word. Whether invoking prosperity, seeking protection, or honoring nature's forces, these chants serve as echoes of ancient wisdom, still resonating with energy today. As we've seen with examples like the Song of Amergin or the Druidic Chant for prosperity, the magic lies not just in the words, but in the belief, focus, and reverence behind them. May the timeless art of spell chanting inspire you all to connect with nature's rhythms, embrace your inner power, and perhaps even craft your own words of magic. After all, when spoken with clarity and purpose, words still hold the power to shape our world.